This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Valentina Abonna at Marchese di Barolo in the village of Barolo in Piemonte. How are you today?
I'm doing excellent.
Now,
We had
please,
a wonderful time together,
so what do you and your family do here in Barolo in Piemonte?
Well, first of all, we live here. We live just on top of the winery and the cellar. So where we are right now, this is my home. And we produce several wines here. The Barolo, Barbaresco, Barbera. Also the Barbaresco, because actually we can vinify Barbaresco here, even though law says that you should vinify it in Barbaresco in order to be a DOCG. We have such a long history that for us the law made an exception and we can vinify our Barbaresco in the cellar.
And when were you first introduced to wine?
I was 10 years old, so it was really a long time ago, but I still remember actually when my father first introduced me to wine. It was, of course, a sweet one. It was Brachetto, and he made me dip my tongue into his glass, and from then he started telling me a little bit of the differences about the wines, and in the time you get to know these things better and better by tasting more and more wines.
How would you describe your family's house style when it comes to winemaking?
I would say that we are pretty much traditional because we don't use too much of the French barrique for our wines. We actually are the cellar in which the Barolo was made for the first time. And since we really feel this connection, we really believe in tradition. We do use a little bit of the French barrique in order to give a note of freshness to our wine, but it's not too oak notes or too much vanilla notes in our wines. I would define us in between, but mainly traditional. Our wines can be approachable right now, but you feel that they have green tannins, and in the time it can change and get rounder, softer, and more delicate. And this is what I also believe in wines, that they should be. I feel that wines are like babies. So at the beginning they're a little bit difficult to undertake, and they don't sing still, but then when they get older and more mature, you can actually start to talk with them, manage them better, and also enjoy them in a different way.
Now, how long have your family been making wines at this property for?
Well, my father's family bought the cellar and the estate here in 1929, so it's kind of a long history. Now I'm the sixth generation in the business because my father's family already produced wine for two generations in the same town of Barolo. They just moved from one cellar to the other. So it's from the 1800s that we actually produce wine, and specifically in the cellar from the 1929.
And what are the oldest bottles that you still have on the property?
Our oldest bottle is a Barolo from my father's family, so with the label Abonna, from 1858. And the first one from Marchese di Barolo, it's an 1861, sorry.
And what are the oldest wines that you have tasted that your family have produced?
My oldest one was a 1930 Barolo, and I had it last year.
And how was that? Was it still holding up?
It was great. We had this vertical tasting, and I can tell it was amazing to see how actually the wines from the 30s, the 40s, the 60s and the 70s were incredibly different, but in some ways still alive and complex and ready to enjoy. So different one from the other, but still you could tell that it was the right process of aging, that eventually also the youngest one could become like the 1930 I had. It was just incredible how drinkable it was.
Now, you make quite a portfolio of wines here, not only Barolo, but also Barbaresco, Barbera, Amnese, Cortese, and there's something else.
We also have Dolcetto, Moscato, and the most traditional grapes from Piemonte like Fresa, Grignolino. So yeah, we have quite a Brachetto, so kind of wide range of portfolio range.
Do you have a favorite in that entire range yourself?
Well, We live in Barolo, but my favorite one is actually our single vineyard Barbaresco. That I find it pretty interesting.
Now, as a closing question, Valentina, what does good food mean to you?
Good food is the best way to enjoy your moment, in my opinion. Good food, good wine. I really believe that, like what they say, life is too short to drink and eat in not the best way you can do. So for me, best food it's what makes me happy, what makes me being proud also of showing my wines, because if I pair them with the best thing we can have, also the wines would match them and express themselves in the best way. So I think it's the only thing we should care about, like, you know, to live your life in the best way and take care of the best things.
I think that's a fantastic answer. Thank you very much for joining us today at Good Food Revolution.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that, Valentina.
Thanks to you, and I really hope to see you soon here again.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thanks. Bye-bye.